Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yisrael. Welcome to the demo for Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. This is being done by Daedalic Entertainment and Gamexcite, Gamexcite being the developer, Daedalic being the publisher, and apparently they also got some funding from the German Federal Ministry of Research, Technology and Space. I suppose I can kind of see where they can argue an ROI on that, but hello again. Because of course the number of engineers, scientists, etc., who got inspired by Star Trek and then went off into the real world as a consequence, yeah, maybe they're figuring that they can push that angle. Either that or they're hoping for a cut of the profits, but that doesn't strike me as something a government industrial relations unit and ministry would really go for. So let's go with the first three. Anyhow, we are coming at this from cold. Done this a run through the settings, take a demo where it's never gone for exactly levelers. I've gone through the settings, but I haven't actually fired the game up at all, so we'll have a quick flick through these. Mostly it's what you'd expect. Multiple languages, voiceover I believe is only in English, but there were also comments that you've got support in... Apparently no, the demo just does English. The Steam page lists English, French, Italian, German, and Spanish interface and subtitles. Full audio, English only. So this is demo, still work in progress. Hey Taproot, yep, new game. Demo of new game, by the way. Graphics are what you'd expect. Windowed full screen options, scalable res, VSync, and we can kick up interestingly no 70 to 144 Hz options in the display settings, but we'll cap it at 120. Gamma adjust, calibration screen when you start up for the first time. I must admit, I would like the option to get the calibration screen back if I want to tweak the gamma, but that's just me. And the usual arbitrary quality levels. I've cranked everything up to max, we'll see how it goes. Plus volume sliders, as you would expect. I must admit, one thing that a few games do, and I don't think this one is doing at the moment, is that they play samples to reflect the volume changes. That would be nice to have. So if I adjust dialogue, I'm getting obviously no dialogue feedback on how loud or quiet I'm setting it, so yeah, this is arbitrary. We'll leave it all balanced as the devs intended and see what happens. Anyhow, Profile 1, new game. You are the captain of the Federation Starship Voyager. And I'm guessing they plan to add voiceover to this later on. They embarked on the mission located a Marquis vessel disappeared in the Badlands. Shouldn't you be docked at DS9 for this? Details. The entire starship prepped for launch and a crew to assemble. Oh. Alright, welcome to Voyager. Okay, so this is pre-first episode Caretaker, and of course they have the soon-to-be dead lieutenant. Yay. And some Kim, your freshman carrier for your first deep space assignment. Reporting for duty. Right, yes. Okay, first point of continuity. Paris is wearing a Lieutenant Junior grades pips down here. At this point in the story, he's not even commissioned. So there's a criticism to level. Quite extraordinary, but they've got the attitude right. I wonder how much of this they cribbed from the original script. Okay, and yeah, this conversation usually happens in the Voyager's mess hall, doesn't it? Yes, Harry. Report to your stations. Badlands maximum warp. Right, let's see what we get. Okay, she's ready for a challenge. Right. Scanners are picking up no other vessel in the system. And okay, yep, still Ham Officer. Different underground bases, remote planets, and we're boat. Yoink. Huh? Well, they've got the lighting set. I'd have to go back and watch the first episodes again. I seem to remember the lighting going dimmer and the red being more pronounced, but that may have been later episodes. No effect. Intercept in 5, 4, 3, 2, yoink. Hello, Delta Quadrant. Oh. Okay, also random crew person's missing her comm badge, which is odd. Or maybe it's just a lighting thing. No, it's there. I think it's the low light that's hiding it. I think. I can make out a delta, but we'll have a look. Major hull and deck damage, transport offline, and casualties. Not sure injured crew on the bridge. Yeah, unfortunately the dock is also dead. What core's gone to grey mode, we're on reserves. Okay, we need deuterium then. Right, need to fill the tanks. Well, improvise. We need Stellar Cartography back online now. Okay. Welcome to the tutorial. Click the question mark. 1 to revisit the tutorials. Okay, so tutorial is there. And additional tutorials will automatically appear. Right, Stellar Cartography. Switch on 3 power and 2 crew to run it. Okay, so we have 36 crew, 1 work team, and 20 power, of which we are currently consuming 12. Okay. Stellar Cartography is on, but we're not about as... And, yep, okay. The prematurely promoted Mr. Paris is at his station. Alright, welcome to the array. Okay, what is that thing? Where are we? Excellent questions. Since it's working, we've just jumped over 70,000 light years. How... Life support state. Okay, this way we'll have to wait. Find deuterium source. Scan points of interest. Mark with white question mark. Reveal resources. Okay, so there's the array. Class D planet. 4 cycles. Right, let's start with Class D. Scan. Okay, we've got geranium there. We need deuterium. Bonk. There we go. Deuterium. Huzzah! Right, navigate your ship. Time passes in the form of basically turns. Cycles. Turns. You can shoot in different roads with different risks and outcomes. Excellent and good. Okay. And right, so red is very bad, orange is bad, yellow is so-so, and you want to keep things in the green as much as you can. Right, well, let's get going. Class E planet, set a course. We donk. Okay, we've detected a small debris field scattered across a wide area. Right, so I can play it safe. 360 resources, definitely. Or we can take a bit of a risk and use the tractor beam. We'll take the risk. Oh, boo. Right, okay. So much for the tractor beam. Right. Can we get any more? We need to scan for more deuterium. Scan, scan, scan. Uranium. Uranium. Deuterium. Right, set course. Right, this time we'll play it safe. Collected everything without risk. Okay, 65% resource distribution. We can now deactivate grey mode. Yay! Warp drive is back online. Continuously consumes deuterium. So we have to keep the... So a constant thing is going to be keeping the ship fueled. Oh, you think antimatter would be more of a problem, wouldn't you? Alright, main engineering. Alright, engage. 1 deuterium. Okay, so 20 deuterium, 30, 40. Ranking all the way up to 90 deuterium per cycle. Or there is grey mode, where there's only 20 energy per cycle, but at least you aren't burning deuterium. Alright, warp core is back online. We are at level 1 output. This array. Can't tell, scan, steady. Alright, scan for life signs, or try hailing. Let's scan for life signs first. Although that's marked as optional. Try the hail. No response, unsurprising. Scan for life signs. No one on board. That's why nobody's picking up the phone. Scan the array. Several life forms. Huzzah! One of them Vulcan. I'm not sure. Signals are weak. Fine. Fix the transporters. Let's get a boarding party over there. Right, uranium deposit. Well, the good news is we know where a couple of those are. Different icons for different resources would be nice. Alright, we'll go for that one. Bonk. Okay, abandoned ship. Structurally... Okay, no option to just blow the ship. Why am I only having 27 photon torpedoes and no way to replace them? Yoink. Okay, we got enough distribution to fix everything. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter. Where, hey, works for me. Fixie, fixie, people. Fixie, fixie. Ruined rooms. Okay, so I wonder how much of an option we'll have to customize Voyager on the way out. Alright, transporters are back online. Alright, set course for the array, let's get some answers. You know, maybe loot some more uranium while we're here. We might not be coming back after all. Yoink. Moderate resources. And this one's on the way. Okay, so we're decently stocked. Right, back on mission. Okay, so click and hold stuff. Oop. Here we go. Right, get ready for your first away mission, because we ain't got anybody else. Okay, away missions present challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. Select heroes with the matching skills. Okay, so level 1. Right, so Harry has got what looks like science and engineering with a quick-witted trait. Okay, here we are. Challenges marked. Recommended traits pilots and quick-witted. Of course, this is the tutorials, so that's what we get. Nice touch and nod to the series. They've remembered that Tom Paris has medical training. So off you go, gentlemen. Tutorial away mission. Okay. Design an approach and select a hero. Fair dues. Skill is lower than requirements. Success chance displayed. Captain, we materialise in a cornfield. Let's see. 29. Right, so options are 25 skill against 29 check. Not happening given that that's the success chance. Alright, pull the tricorder, Mr. Kim. That's what it's for. Think. Strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. After a challenge. Okay, so if you overload one crew member, they're going to get fatigued. And you have to leave them out for the next challenge to plan ahead. Nice touch. You can't just rely on a couple of crew members. How should we approach him? Okay, we've got a pretty good track. Try to read the body language. Mr. Paris, you are up. There we go. Okay, and bonus skill there. You can recruit more than one hero to change if they possess the required skill. Your management shop will find the marquee cells. Yeah, what do you know? The rules are fake. Okay, so we'll root them both in, or we take a punt and we let Tom rest. Kinda need this one to work though, so confirm. We'll risk them both being fatigued for the next check. Right. Well, that went well. Okay. These people are the missing marquee. Yep. And if you don't mind, I'd like you to... Let's see, options are... It'd be nice to have an exploration of these icons. And I mean, that's Chakotay, obviously. Or we can go for... Waking up Belana, which uses Harry, but would let Tom recover. Don't forget to deny any promotions to Harry Kim. Legolas, it's only season 1. It's not even a question yet. We'll deny him later. Alright, Chakotay, you're up. Yoink. Your choice has consequences, don't they always? Right, so no critical successes, no injuries. Sector 1 times 1, total plus 300. And that ends the away mission. And beamed, unceremoniously beamed back onto the bridge. Huh. Captain, yep, welcome back. What happened to those posts was kind of with you for several hours. Huh. Yeah, that went weird. And he's still on the array. The Maquis are hailing. Ah! Of course, and because we woke up Chakotay, Torres is still on the array. Okay, Jeremy being diplomatic. Yep. Cue the phasers. Bonk. Yeah, we know who Tuvok is, yes. Yep. Yeah, Seska was working for the Cardassians. Tuvok was working for Starfleet. I'm sure somebody on that ship was working for Chakotay. Yeah, welcome back. Yes. A Marquis Traders Club captain. You win some, you lose some. Outside, they seal the entrances and are blocking incoming hails. Alright, so Tuvok's on the job. Ship status is critical, repair protocols are imperative. Resources in the engineering office to get additional workforce going. Okay. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore deck 5. Okay, so to supply power to room, life support needs to come online. Alright. Switch on life support. Deck 5 is back online. Oh, so is the holodeck. Way! And of course it's a mess. Yep. Oh, dismantle the engineering office. Yeah, that would be a bad idea. Let's fix it. So apparently we can customize Voyager. They're planning to do voiceovers later. I believe, Takru, this is a mid to late road development demo. So as they note up here, does not represent final quality. Yep, go resource scrounging. But so far they have pretty well paralleled the episode. Of course, if I'd woken B'Elanna instead of Chakotay up, then we'd be off the rails. Was that Tovok or Tuvok? Anyhow, let's go take a look at the rest of this. So, Class M planet. Scan. That's going to be where we meet the... how do you move things? WASD, okay. Is that going to be where we run into the Kazon? Uranium... you know what, we'll do a sweep. Might as well do it in a vaguely reasonable setup. Oh ho. Talaxi. Oh, that will be Neelix. Okay, engineering has been fixed. Wonderful. Okay, the engineering office is fully operational. And we now have everything online. So what do we need to fix? Deck 2 in the mess hall to ensure food supply. Okay. Bonk. Alright. Let's bring Deck 2 online. Access to the mess hall is now possible, and of course the mess hall is trash. Okay, well, get to work on it, gentlemen. 1 work team there, 3 cycles to complete. I think it might just been a font thing that I misread it for a second. Ruined rooms must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Free up new building space. Okay. Ruined rooms, assign a work team to clear it. Yoink. And collect more resources. Absolutely. I noticed they've had to go close enough but okay with the likenesses for a lot of the carriers. Sorry, characters. That's very visibly not Tim Russ, for example. Yoink. Oh, hello, Neelix. Right, life support is active. Mess hall is back. We should switch to replicator rations now. Will enhance crew well-being. Okay, so emergency rations don't require resources, but tank morale. Replicator rations is what the crew are used to, but you burn deuterium in the process, which means... yoink. You need to keep finding deuterium in order to keep everything going. Speaking of deuterium, 568 burning 37 per cycle. Lithium, science points, Borg nanites, cough, spoiler. Alright. And we can get a work team onto that as well. That'll clear most of the rest of deck 2. Do I have a spare work team? No, pity. Hire more in the engineering office. Okay, I must admit I didn't occur to me that we'd be hiring anybody, but... Right, overview. 15 cycles before we run out of deuterium. Okay, system, there we are. And, right, the ruined room's been cleared, which means we can now make accommodation space. Yay! It will indeed do wonders for morale, Mr. Paris. Doesn't mean you're avoiding sleeping in the corridor, but hey. Let's see, crew. Borg tech, combat, general tech. Right, emergency quarters, -1 morale per cycle. And that's all we're getting. Hey, it'll do in a pinch. Your crew is the lifeblood of your ship. Provide the necessary accommodation. Morale may drop faster than you like. Thank you. So, main deflectors online. Torpedoes are offline. Oh. Being called by the caretaker, eh? We should now be able to establish... Yeah, like I said, very legally distinct Tim Russ. First episode of Voyager, unscheduled 70,000 light-year hop, and half the crew got shaken up lethally. So they respond, hail the array. Oh, it's you, why are you back? No, he was a lot. Yeah, he was a lot less jellyfishy back on the array. Right. So, optional scan the array for Harry and B'Elanna. Go for it. Scan the array. No sign of the man. No humanoid life forms. Right. Okay, let's take the 70% chance. Appeal to his humanity. Right. Is that going to work? There just isn't enough time. What kind of debt? Thank you, Chakotay, thank you. The 5th planet of the neighbouring system ever since our arrival. Yeah, that does seem reasonable, doesn't it? Works for me. Away we go. Okay, sector map shows the entire star system and self-star systems. You can either travel directly or you can scan the system and select specific POI. Alright. Well, we'll loot up first here. Oh, sweet 400 deuterium. The power problem has been staved off. J planet, scan that. Can we come back after we're cleared with this sector? Probably. Alright. Investigate the mark plan. Okay, so Voyager is where we are. And, oh, thank you, stop beeping at me. And then System 8464.1. Yoink. Yay! Boop. Warp drive, go. Right. Okay, emergency quarters are online. Right, so that's on spec. It's not brilliant, but it'll do. Let's focus on getting the shield generator. And can we do anything with the torpedo bay? Phaser control will need... Oh no, we're still good. Right. Get phasers back online. Not enough work teams. Everybody's committed at the moment. One cycle until that room's clear. Fine. Close report. Okay, shields are online. Right, next concern therefore is fixing phaser control. Because I want at least some tactical options. And main engineering's okay. Shuttle bay needs resources we haven't got, so that's a non-starter. Alright, torpedoes. We have the geranium to fix this, that's a non-issue. Right, so 2 cycles to get phasers, 3 cycles to get torpedoes. And we are back. Right, system map. So, scan that. Deuterium. And a copper, of course. But first and foremost, phaser controls online. If we need it. Science lab wouldn't be a bad idea. Fix the ship. Oh, we've got the aero shuttle. Yay! They never did get around to using that, did they? Lots of vacancies. Exactly, Tap3. Lots of vacancies. And I need to start... How many work teams have I got? None available at the moment. I need to start fixing life support to open up the rest of the ship as well. Okay. Sector. Control. System. And... Right, salvage. Alright, good. We're actually fully tanked on deuterium. Hooray! Right, don't need to worry about that for a bit. Pause for a copper. Torpedo launch bay is fixed. Alright, next concern I think is going to be repairing the sick bay and starting to get... Yeah, we'll start trying to get the batteries online as well, although life support apparently is expensive to repair. We'll need titanium and a lot of geranium as well. Okay, works for me. Okay, science lab is active. Orders will continue. There we are. Boy, you're in love, Mr. Paris, we noticed. Okay, desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. So where are the energy pulses going? Exactly, where are the energy impulses going? They're consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. Okay, the caretaker is running his batteries low. No, he's getting faster. Interval decreased, rate increased. I will learn to read. Alright, general scan of the planet. Okay, all the basic characteristics of the M class, no oceans, no rivers, no nothing. There are settlements. What happened to all the water? No nucleogenic particles. Okay. You're telling me that there is no dust in the atmosphere, Tuvok? I guess who caused it? Right, away team's up. Yeah. And hello, Neelix. On screen. Aha. Neelix, now see a ship like yours. Yep, you wouldn't be the first then. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker's been bringing ships here for months now. The entity on the array. Compensation? Yeah. Okay, we can do that. It's a deal, all right. Okay, Neelix is on the job. Right. Geranium's a bit low, so we're not getting anything there. All right. What compass? Set course. Right. Okay. Rebuild Voyager and explore the system or skip circles. I'm surprised we aren't getting the awaiting down there immediately, to be utterly honest. Morale. Okay, we have quarterless crew, which means we need to keep building there. Alright. Scan up. Data. Scan there. Deuterium. Don't really need that. Galaxian freighter. Okay, we do need geranium. Alright, sickbay is back online. Let's focus on cleaning out ruined rooms. Oh, and that gets us some free geranium. So that's how they anticipate us doing that. Sickbay is back online, of course. Where is the emergency medical hologram in all of this? Details. Right, clean that out as well. Life support is to save for the deck. Okay, fine. Deck 5 it is. Just keep everything on the job. Yoink. Alright, destroy the vessels. Slash debris could go very badly wrong, so let's take the safe shot. Bonk. Caretaker's on the com again, is he? Ishmael, can I have a masterpiece of... Tomato soup. Of course. Hot, plain tomato soup. Yeah, maybe, J-Dog, maybe. I'm suddenly very glad we fixed the sick bay. Kazan-Ogla. And Kazan sector of many. They're a bit difficult. Right, what do we know about the Kazan-Ogla? Alright, liquid diplomacy it is then. Away teams up. Yes, there's no way that can go wrong. Right, so Neelix wants to talk. Alright. Well, we'll swing back hit this way. And yeah, collect our resources. Bonk. Not that much time lost. Captain, we've reached our destination. Send the away team. Right, so Neelix is on the job. Who else can I send? Tuvok is definitely there, so all base skills are covered. And challenges, let's see, we've got diplomacy, Starfleet, and possibly a phaser. We'll take Chakotay along as well. Off you go. Okay. Captain, triangles are malfunctioning. If we get our bearings, answer, you use your survival skills. COD pseudo-Native American mysticism optional. Yoink. Alright. Okay, so no one's going to be able to... Oh, so if I woken Balana up, I'd have something with the Innovator skill. Nice touch. Right, build a temporary shelter from what you can find. Well, we're less boned than if we do that, and... Okay, Neelix, you are up. Let's hope for the best. Oop, oh dear. Strong wind. Okay, well, they lost... Is that 50 health or 50 morale? 50 health, I think. Right, dangerous approaches are marked by a danger level indicator. Failing such change could result in injuries or even fatality. Okay. Right. Let's see. Risky, but if we... So we can potentially put both Neelix and Chakotay on the job and recover morale. Just letting Neelix do the talking is awkward, but okay, you know what? Textbook Starfleet, let's do it. Ironically, the two people doing this are the two who aren't Starfleet. Yoink. Success. Okay, so we're going to scale curious. The men approach cautiously. And that would be Keds. Right. Well, bribery isn't going to cut it. Assure them we have no bad intentions. I do kind of want to... Okay, we'll rotate Neelix off. Tuvok could pop it solo. Yeah, Tuvok, do your stuff. Okay, it worked. Right, they can't live underground. Right. Thank you, Neelix. That was unexpected. Right, tactical retreat run. Appease and carefully withdraw. Okay, Neelix. Fine. You got us into this mess. You can get us out of it. Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll never have to deal with Mars Jabin again. Still, no injuries. Plenty of XP. And we got Kez. Woohoo! Right. Yeah, that went just fine. Yes, you did, and how much trouble have you caused in the process? Thank you. Alright, well, fair enough. It's controlled by the caretaker. The caretaker's still with the security barrier. Right. I think this is pretty much how it played out in the show. Now, what do you know about the caretaker? Generations provided with the company with food, water, energy, and protection, quote unquote, from the outside world. And beyond the fact that you were bored. Yeah, pretty much. And you met. Aha. Yeah, I can understand. All right, we have stuff to do. All right. Meet the doctor. Science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Yeah, please state the nature of the medical emergency. The legally distinct Robert Picardo. The CMO's dead, sorry. She's not injured. Alright, so ruined rooms are in play. One cycle until those are fixed. Can't do anything with the work crews at the moment. We're fine for deuterium. Do need to find some tritanium food and... Okay. Crew. Right. Engineering's online. Okay, everybody is busy at the moment. So, science lab. Right, 3 cycles to get the signal amplifier online. Works for me. Can we assign anybody? Yep, except that the doc is currently patching up in... You know what? Doc, congratulations, you're pulling double duty. Sorry. Alright, and in the meantime, I suppose while they're doing that, we had better have a quick poke around the system. Deuterium's still okay, that's not a huge problem. Scan on that, more deuterium there, deuterium there. Can we get geranium anywhere? Anywhere? Shipwreck? Apparently not. Right. Well, let's get the degree field scienced up. Okay, ruined rooms are fixed. Captain, I need to address the lack of quarters. We have 40 cycles. Yep, we'll need to build all... To be honest, I was doing that anyway, but thank you for pointing it out. Emergency quarters, standard crew quarters, officers' quarters plus 2 morale per cycle, and an observation lounge. But for the moment, I'm sorry guys, we're all sleeping in the corridors. Bonk. And we'll clear that one as well. Okay, so that's interesting. Quarters occupied 2, so I'll only have so much space. Alright, 8 cycles to get those online, and that will give me accommodation for 30 crew, then 1 more cycle. We'll need to expand deck 5 again. Problematic, but there you go. Right, in the meantime, Okay, conduct a detailed analysis. Could go wrong. We'll scan from a safe distance. There we go. 30 science. Yoink. And what's on this one? Scan. Hooray! Geranium! Gimme! Right, there we go. Right, enter ship. There's that. Tech tree is online. The blueprints of the signal amplifier are complete. We need to repair the workshop. Well, that is going to be a bit of a problem until the work teams are finished. Science lab. Yeah, we'll unassign the doctor. There we go. And it probably wouldn't hurt to power down the science lab. Save a bit of energy. Actually, hold that thought. Yeah, because the energy burn is set by how much power I'm feeding into the core, not by how much energy I'm actually using. So, tech trees, what do we got? Shuttle bay, moving clusters, workshop, already researched. Warp drive, shuttle bays, all manner of shiny stuff. Right, begin research into tier 2. And that's why we need science. And also it's worth noting, of course, that... oh, we have crew page. Ooh, shiny. And all manner of stuff. Resource analysis center. See the amount of resources. Not scanning. Combat rotate for shield frequency. Research already in progress. And don't ask about the Borg. I wonder if they'll... I know it's kind of nod and wink territory, but I wonder if they'll redact Borg out until we meet 7. And, you know, the Borg. Right, okay, so the doc has automatically got himself back into the science lab. Interesting. Work teams are occupied. Let's get a move on. Alright. Looty. Alright, so prepare and activate the workshop. We'll need to just keep looting the place out. A bit more geranium wouldn't hurt though, so yoink. Alright, emergency quarters are both online, so activate 1, activate 2. Morale situation is almost stable. I mean, I've got accommodation for 30 and crew space for not enough. If we clear that ruin with one team and get another team onto the workshop, there we go. That should clear enough space to make some more crew quarters. Still need to fix the shuttle bay as well at some stage. Oh well, problem for later. Okay, 381, that should do the trick. Yep, there we go. Build up the tanks. Let's see, skip cycle. Alright, engineering is researched. And science, combat. Nothing really available. Engineering. Ah, here we are. Hull reinforcement, cargo bay, better manoeuvring thrusters. Increase maximum hull integrity by 50. Storage capacity for all resources. That's probably a good thing to have, isn't it? Given that I'm 11 cycles, given that I'm already up against my deuterium storage limit. Okay. And we are currently plugging through everything. 19 energy available, 20 crew quarterless. Replicator rations are slightly helping. 12 crew available to assign new teams at the engineering office. Sick bay, engineering office. Right. Assign a work team. Factors. Okay. Assign a work team. There we go. 2 work teams available. They're repairing the workshop, 1 cycle on that lot. Can't fix the shuttle bay until we get better options there. Okay, you lot get to work on continuing to recover debris. Life support is disabled. Okay, fine. We'll just have to plug out the rest of Ec 5. There we go. That should solve the crew quarters problem. Right. Set, and set. Okay. System, skip cycle. Okay, workshop is online. Good. Close the report. Workshop repair, we can now start production of the signal amplifier. Woohoo. Get to work. 3 cycles on that. Can we assign somebody? Mr. Neelix is apparently the best engineer we've got available at the moment. Congratulations. Blana will probably kill him later, but that's a side thing. Yoink. Right, 2 cycles on all of that. Oh, they've got that pause because... Right. Resume building on that, so all 3 work teams are clearing debris. Right. We are good. We can get extra quarters in here. Right, skip cycle. And then skip cycle again. Viewing room is clear. Signal amplifier has been completed and is ready for use. Right, back to the Ocampa we go. 2 cycles for those 2. Right, we're going to take the doctor off the job, and workshop isn't producing anything at the moment, so Neelix, I don't think you have anything to do here, so heroes, power down on that front, and well, we might as well keep the workshop online. It's largely irrelevant, isn't it? Okay, back to the Ocampa. Yoink. Right. Okay, ruined room's been cleared. Okay, more emergency quarters. Yep, there we go. And, you know, I'm going to build a bit of spare just to be sure. Okay, oh, so we can build additional phase controls. We can assemble the warship Voyager if we so need. Technology, science lab, more science per cycle, okay. At the moment, I want crew. Alright, work teams are assigned. Oop. System map. And okay, we've reached our destination. Orders, send the away team. Right, so Kez is on the job. Let's see, we're going to need phasers and we're going to need assembly work. So, Mr. Neelix, you are up to cover our engineering. Then we need tactical and Starfleet. Chakotay's probably the best balanced of the... Actually, no, that's a lie. Mr. Tuvok is better at the violence side and just as good at the Starfleet. And he's not as good at the Starfleet side. 44, 32. Okay, you know what? 44 plus 32 is 76. 49 plus 28 is 77. Let's take the... nice cuddly approach as best we can. Although I can't help but think that bringing a Starfleet officer along might not be a terrible idea. On the other hand, I need to bring Neelix, and cover the mechanical side. That'll do. We'll just have to deal with Harry being a little bit paranoid. Right. Don't let them butt you up. Yeah, because that went so badly last time. What are our orders? Right, negotiate safe passage. Or... yeah. Okay, that could backfire. Right. I think in the show they go for the distraction, don't they? Alright, do your stuff, Neelix. Okay, it worked. Yoink. Who knew that the Ensign Kim's potted fern could be so useful? Right. Use the transporter amplifier. Engineering or... yeah. 18 to 30 is the best option I've got. How badly wrong could this go? Well, we got away with it. On a roll of 17 out of 18. Yikes. Okay, we're in. Hooray! Yeah, Compass City. Woohoo! We did it. Yeah, let Kez lead the search. She knows the area. It's her thing, and that lets Neelix get his breath back. There we go. Awake but disoriented. Oops. I'm really unfamiliar faces. That was her boss. Excuse me. The caretaker has repositioned herself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. Okay. Chakotay, you're up. Leadership skill, go. Interesting. Critical for... oh, of course, gold is really good. That's a critical success. It's constantly being interrupted. And that would be Mr. Neelix's job. Engineering, go. Hooray! We've got everyone back. So you want to shoot for gold if you can to get critical successes. Alright, welcome back, legally distinct Garrett Wang and Roxanne Exhaustion. Hey Gex, thanks for the sub. Right. Avoid Voyager. Good to have everyone back in one piece. Yes, welcome back. You've only been on board 2 days, there's no need to get emotional. Oh, would you like a list? Alright, you learned anything about the caretaker. Apparently abducting people is a new hobby because he's running out of time. And, okay, so he's stacked up their batteries, yeah. He's making sure the Kazon can't get them. And the Okampa. Annoyingly friendly, incredibly naive, wouldn't last 5 minutes on the surface. Yeah, so basically the caretaker screwed up the environment, and to make amends, set him up for life. Called the Warming? Yeah, guess who trashed the nucleogenic particles? And for once it wasn't me who caused the disaster. A debt that can never be repaid. Although I have to note that desertification would have caused a would have taken more time than 1 day. Just point that out. But hey, that's what the script said back in, what was it, 1994? They got started? No, 1996 or thereabouts. 5 years worth of energy. Yeah, because he's about to die. Yeah. We take the long way round. 7 years, Captain. 7 years. Do you know why you were sent to a Akampa? Right. Well, yeah, she's got a valid point there. Ah, whoops. Both in sickbay now. Right, the condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Okay, so, yeah, totally not chest bursters. 95 internationally. I was only 1 year out then. Huh. He wants a baby caretaker. What do you think? Right, also, technically a spelling mistake there. That should be an S, not a Z. I think in both American and King's English. Yoink. Yep, back we go. Right. Why do you think I fixed the weapons bays? And the shield generator. And bingo, the game automatically caught up on that. Right, that would be duranium, tritanium, and flesh, Captain. Just pointing that out. Hey, we're as ready as we'll ever be. Well, not quite. We're going to stock up on deuterium first. Yoink. Alright, fuel tanks are full. So, sector map is on. Back to 8464.0. Bonk! Alright, crew quarters are completed. Crew is very happy about the fulfilled promise, Captain. Yay! We have spare quarters. Woohoo! Morale is excellent. +6 per cycle. High morale. 25% on hero attributes. 25% reduction in work times. And hero abilities are quicker in combat. I like. Right, and what else can we get the work teams to do? Technology. Don't have a spare science lab. Combat. Can't afford spare phaser bays. Borg is irrelevant. Essential for Borg crew. Accommodates 10x Borg. Lowest morale by -2 per cycle. Yeah, peaceful coexistence can be a bit of a stretch sometimes. Hydroponics bays. Big hydroponics bay. Biolab. Replicator. Well, de-replicator, really. Alright, we can clear out the last of that debris on deck 5. Then we need to think about fixing life support elsewhere in the ship. Right. Life support. Carry loads of uranium to deal with that. Not happening anytime soon, in other words. Alright, where is the engineering office? There we go. We can stand down a work team as unnecessary. And at that point, we are heading back to 8464.0. Right. Good. Our cargo bays have been upgraded. Right. Enter ship cargo bay level 2. Hull repair efficiency. Crew. Okay. Start work on that. Keep them busy. And we are back in system and back at the array. So, scan, deuterium, deuterium. There we go. I don't remember them engaging a looting spree in the course of the episode, but yeah, average. Take what we can get. Scan. More geranium, excellent. Excellent. And I doubt we're coming back here. Grab the last of the loot. Massive deuterium levels. Risk flying directly in... no. Probes it is. Okay, we're up to 890 storage. I should have done a more efficient course and looted these two on the way, but this should... Okay. Rotate shield frequency research is complete. Science... not much to work with there. But we can reinforce the hull. Bonk. And... Okay, they're still clearing a repair bay. Actually, assign a work team to get that done. Bonk. Okay, and we are full on storage again. Well, yeah, we can build an additional cargo bay. Okay, right, so I do actually have to go for additional storage as well. I thought I managed to sort that out. Ship. We've got some space. So, maintenance, crew, cargo bay. There we go. Ah, right, so that's what the research unlocked. Bonk. Extra resources are good. Right, 4 cycles there. I need to get another work team up, don't I? Engineering office. Workshop, transporter room, torpedo bays. One of these days I remember exactly where we parked the engineering office. Right. There we go. Right, work teams deployed. Assign crew 41 out of 50. Right, back to the array we go. 9 cycles, sec course. They really are busy little bees. Cargo bay is up. Okay. Crew's happy about the fulfilled promise. Hooray! Morale is excellent. And there's nothing to use that space on at the moment, so just stick them to one side. We've reached our destination, continue. And we're back at the array. Oh, hello, Kazon. Well, this can't end badly, can it? Seems to be expected. The Kazon are hailing us. They're probably not calling... No, they probably aren't. Let's see what I say first. Ah, Jabin. Really, why not? Oh, right, I see. He wants the array. No, no, we can't. Bonk. Okay, combat hero selection. Maquis Raider and Voyager versus 3 Kazon ships. Okay, let's see. Tuvok, you're on the job. Wait, cloaking device? Chakotay's up, and I don't remember Kez frying anyone's brain until at least season 3. So we'll just go with let's go with evasives. Right, start combat. Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically. You control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy. Right. So, defeat Jabir and his fleet. Complete tutorial steps to continue. Okay. 3 on the forward side. Orders. Order your ship to try to attack or defend the side via defensive or offensive movement. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged. Surrendering costs resources. Proceed to offensive movement. Right. Offensive actions. We'll start by bringing down his shields. And targeting the Kazon carrier. I'm tempted to say we should probably go to frag the... Oh, well, we'll try the shields first. Fire! Okay, a blue cannon indicates the ability is activated. For detailed information, hover over this material with the mouse. Right, so pause for a second. Contact fires double phasers. Maquis gives us quicker turning and boosts weapon damage. Evasive goes invulnerable for a brief period. Right. Chakotay, you're up. Torpedoes have to be fired manually. And once shields are down. Okay. Combat is pause. Kazon carrier. Orders. Offensive actions. Strip their weapons. Half torpedoes, if you please. Okay, enemy ship has surrendered. Right. Kazon support vessel Alpha. Targeting is up. Where's Beta? Alright. Let's split. Okay, go for offensive actions. And again. Target their weapons. Attack front. Also, shouldn't those torpedoes be a bit, you know, redder? I am nitpicking here, I'm fully aware of this. Alright, Mr. Tuvok, do your stuff. Mess them up. I think they went pop. They went pop. Right, combat result win, hull status 97%. And we still got the Maquis Raider as well. Hooray! We did better than the show. Ah, well that could be problematic. Hail hooray. Typo again. Remember, this is pre-release. Well, aren't you persistent? Yes, and so are the Kazon. Yep. Okay, optional. You must let go of the Okampa. Yoink. Children, yeah, because you kept them that state. And what happened was your fault. Yoink. She went off to look for more. Ah, well, she got bored. Right, send us home. And he's not. Oh, okay, that's awkward. Yoink. Time is up. You leave the camp. You must destroy it. Right. Or we could use the array and then leave a very large time bomb on it, but then there wouldn't be a season, would there? Boop. Right. Destroy the array. Bonk. Fire. And that's that. The captain of this ship. Well, true. Yeah. Jabin is pissed, of course. Yeah. I think we've made one anyway. Okay, Voyager's hull can be damaged. If hull integrity reaches 0, it is game over. Hull doesn't regenerate itself. Need to assign a work team. Right, so asteroid field, plasma storms, all the main deflectors offline, and any 2 molecules of space dust start turning into shotgun pellets. Alright. All set. Hull reinforcement is online. Okay. Hull repair efficiency, insufficient resources for a lot of this. I still think that should have boosted my cargo capacity, and I don't think it did. Wait, or hang on, deuterium? No, it should have boosted deuterium storage. Huh. So we're still maxing out at 1,000 for some reason. Okay, Curiouser and Curiouser. Okay, combat. Insufficient resources, we need more science. Right. Level 1. Fine on that. Oh, I see. So we can build a base cargo, then we upgrade the cargo bay. For the moment, though, I need to assign teams to repair the hull. Engineering office, assigned to hull repair. There we go. Right, so 1 cycle or so to fix all of that. And then, well, we need to scavenge up. So, power down, but structurally sound. Yep. Scav up. There we go. Right, so 794. Let's clear the sector. Engage. Right, and we have a new place to start hunting. Okay. Scan. Uranium. Alien probe. Okay. Science it is. Cool. More science. Another shipwreck. And moderate success. Right. Bonk. Deuterium levels are critical. Understood, we will stock up. In fact, we actually need to prioritise on that. Oh, good, Tritanium. Perfect. What's a demon class world doing here? Right, that will have to be a priority. I think Deuterium's running low. 3 cycles away. Right. Risk sending the engineering team. And transmit navigation data. Yoink! Hey, and morale is excellent once again. Right, scan that. Good, more deuterium. Yeah, no need to immediately risk it. Bonk. Good, so we're refueled. Alright, to the marked destination then. And yeah, they need to tidy up a lot of the text work here. Okay. 70,000 light years from home, we are indeed. Yep, thank you. Well, congratulations. You get to have a lot more practice. Well, yeah. It's that or the brig, let's be honest here. Okay. And I do remember that line from Caretakers, so, yes. How many people lived after they tasted the Anglerbosk? Smells like... ha! Right. Also, putting several thousand light years between themselves and the Kazon... Ooh, clipping on the textures there. Whoopsie. A nurse would not be a bad thing. Right then, welcome aboard. Hooray! In a good way, I think. Go on. Okay, a mass escape from the Kazon Slaker. Right, we have extra crew. That was unexpected. Oh. Alright. Let's see. Unite, unexplore, explore the unknown and learn. Well, overcome differences, I think. Yoink. Continue speech. Oh, so we can go warship Voyager if we want to. Chart new territories. Seek solutions. We will innovate. Analyze, innovate, find a way home. Hooray! Well, there's a first time for everything, Mr. Paris. Ouch! Oh, ow, ow, ow. Couldn't resist twisting the knife, could they? Well, I mean, you never know, Harry, you never know. We're flying home, yep. And there we go, the end of the demo. So, still a few rough edges, but it looks pretty promising. And is currently up for wishlisting on Steam and doubtless other platforms as well. And yes, if the Steam page is to be believed, we do get to deal with Tuvix. There may or may not be an opinion poll on that one. Or I may decide that the starship's not actually a democracy and stuff them in the transporter anyway. Right. So, thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, stay safe and farewell.